Hello there. In this topic, we're going to take a look at how we can connect to a universe built on HANA models from a web intelligence tool. And then once we have that connection, we can build a report on top of that. Web intelligence can be accessed through the BI Launchpad, and we have our Launchpad right here. So I can double click on that, or you can always go to the Business Intelligence Suite, and then you can access from here as well. So since we have it on the desktop, you can double click on it and you have to authenticate yourself. I've already done that. So let's open that. And once you authenticate yourself, you will see the BI Launchpad. So this is the Launchpad, and this is the entry point for a lot of business users who are on the consumption side of things. So they are the ones who consume the reports. So they can see recently viewed documents. People can send them reports as email messages, so they'll come in the inbox. They can program alerts and things like that. They can also access the different applications. So this is a common place for developers as well. They can also come and access the applications here. So these are all the different tools. So we have analysis edition for OLAP, information steward, crystal reports, and then at the bottom we have web intelligence and explorer. So let's click on the web intelligence. So it's a browser based tool. Web intelligence also has a desktop version, so it has two versions of the same tool. So this is your entry point, web intelligence, and we are going to create a new connection and a new report. So let's click on new here. And then once you do that, it asks you what kind of data source you want to connect to. Now we can connect to a universe, we can connect to Excel, BAX, or an analysis view. In this case, let's go ahead and connect with the universe. We're going to connect to the universe we just created. So if you come down here, these are all the universes at a repository level. So this is what we were talking about, to be able to publish the universe to the repository. So here's our universe. If you see HANA Copa UNB. All right. So we'll select it. And once you select it, it's going to show you all the objects available in the universe. Now, in some cases, you may not need all of them. In some cases, you might need all of them. So depending on that, you can choose. In our case, we need all of them. So I am just going to bring all of them. Now, at this stage, you can also query the filters. In this stage, you can also create the filters. See, our objective is always to reduce the data which is pushed at the end, and that will increase the performance. So that's always the goal. So let's say that if this report is going to be provisioned to a customer who wants to see only US data, then there's no need to show him any other kind of data. So you can program that filter here. So you simply have to drag and drop the land one here, and then you can program the filter. There are different operators here, and here it talks about what kind of filters you want to program. Is it a constant value? So if you say that, hey, listen, this is just US, and then I can just program as a constant value. Now, if you want to say, hey, listen, I want to give him an option, a set of options, then you can say values from a list, and then you can, program those values. Now, if you want to say, listen, I don't want to do that, I want to show him the entire list, and then let the users pick up whatever he wants to see. So then what happens? You give prompt, right? You give the prompt to the user to pick up whatever the user wants to see. So you can have multiple filters. So for example, let's say you want to also narrow down to a specific region, then you can do that as well. And you can also program and or kind of conditions within the filters. So let's say we don't want any filters at this stage, so we remove it, and then you can hit the refresh. So this is going to show you a data preview of all these objects, and this is a way you can find out if your query is performing fine. Okay, so this is the data. This is all the data we have in the highly aggregated fashion. So let's go ahead and run the query here. If you run the query, you're going to see the entry point into the tool itself. So far we've been working on the query panel. So this is the entry point. It shows the data automatically in raw format. Now in the next topic, let's see how to create a simple report, and also how to change, if required, how to change the data source and things like that.